Spoils of War is the latest from designers Jason Medina and Brian Pope, founder of Arcane Wonders and designer of Mage Wars Academy. Mage Wars Arena. I won't try Mage Wars Academy because I'm afraid it's better than Arena and I can't have another game killing Arena. Anyways, I digress. Arcane Wonders is one publisher that I get excited about new releases from. They have been doing great with the Dice Tower Essentials. I mean, I have no interest in Speechless, but the rest of the line has been superb, and I am stoked for the new area control game, Viral. Sheriff of Nottingham has hit my table a ton. I've probably played that game well over 30 times, and it's accessible to almost any group. When I introduced Spoils of War to the group, I described it as Sheriff of Nottingham meets poker. I'll explain how the game plays, and then I'll get back to you with my thoughts. So this is the setup for Spoils of War. One player is going to be randomly the Viking Chief to start, and this pretty much goes to whoever the winner of the round is. There's 9 rounds of the game, and each round has a predetermined set of cards in it. It's in the rulebook based on the number of players. So for round 1, we would start out, lay out all 9 of them. Anything with this symbol here goes face down. These are artifacts. You don't know what you're going to get until you actually take it. So it's a set collection game, and you're trying to get sets of colors. For example, there's 4 different types of jewelry, and if you can get 4 of those different types, they're worth 12 points at the end of the game. If you can only get 3 different types, that's still worth 6 points. On the back of the scorecard, it tells you everything. 5 different types of treasure. If you get 1 of each kind, that's worth 8 gold, and you can have multiple sets. Partial set of 1 color is 6, and a complete set of 4 is 12 gold. Tells you the outline of the game right there. So the first thing that happens is the treasure setup like we just did. Then we roll dice. And again, this is a predetermined amount based on the number of players. Your dice are rolled in secret. So you would roll your dice, look at your results. So I've got 3 6s there, which is kind of nice. It's like and 3 3s. It's kind of like having a nice hand in poker. So everyone has rolled their dice. And then whoever is the Viking Chief gets to allocate whoever is going to start the first bet. He could make the player on his left go first, so he is last, which could be advantageous, or he can just choose to go first. It could depend on what he's got for dice. So the Viking Chief, I'll say I'll go first. Now you have to declare in the bidding step here a number of dice and a quantity. Doesn't necessarily have to be anything you have. You can totally bluff. So opening bid, I could say 3 3s. Now the person on my left has 2 choices. They either challenge me, they say between everybody here, all the players, once we reveal their dice, that there isn't going to be 3 3s between everyone. That would be a silly thing to challenge me on. So if you raise, you can increase the number of dice but lower the value, or you can keep the same number of dice and increase the number on it. So he could say 3 4s, or he could say 4 1s, right? Because the number's lower, but there's a higher amount of dice. So the person on my left would say 5 4s. Now I've only got 1 4, so I'm like, all right, well, I'm not sure. How many 4s does he have? I don't know. The next person in line says 6 4s. Oh, and then it comes to me, and I'm like, well, I could say 7 4. I'll go 7 6s. That's what my bet's going to be. And then the person on my left says challenge. So I'm the declarer. So I am secretly going to take a certain amount of money. This is the placing bets state, and this is all done in secret. So whatever you bet, if you are wrong, then you're losing all your money. If you are right, you're going to keep your money. So he is a challenger, and then the rest of the players that aren't either the declare or the challenger pick who they want to back. So say there's two other players and they both think there's no way that I have 7 6s or whatever I said. I actually keep a pen and a pencil nearby to write down the bets, because several times we've lost track of what the last bet was. But anyways, say we're at 7 6s. The other players simultaneously put their discs down and their money, and then we reveal bets. So I have to declare, right? Because I'm the one that said 7 6s. So I've bet 16. We look at the challenger. He's put in $25. And Billy and Sue both bet. They both put their money on the challenger, and they bid 5, which is the minimum bet, and 10 respectively. Okay, so the bets are laid out. We all know who they're backing. So 3 challengers all think I'm wrong. We reveal dice. I've got 3 6s. There's only 1 over here. That's 4. But the other 2 players both have 2 6s each. So I was right. There is 7 total 6s between all of us. So I keep my money. Everybody else loses whatever they bet. Now, if somebody else had declared as well and bet more money, then they get first pick of the spoils. So whoever bets the most money can take any 3 items from the spoils line. And then everybody else who was correct in the order of the amount of money they bet, ties are broken by proximity to the Viking chief, they get their pick of any 2 cards. And if you were wrong, in which case none of these, I would get any 3 cards I wanted. I can take a face down artifact. It stays face down until I want to use them. And they do a lot of cool things. Just the right amount of chaos. Like, you could look at one person's dice every round. You could go through one of the piles and grab any treasure. There's a little bit of take that in the cards, but nothing that's really a heavy take that. So the taking that is light and good-hearted enough, I think. So we reveal dice, we divide the spoils, we go through the game, 9 rounds, whoever has the most points at the end of the game based on the sets you've collected. And that's how you play Spoils of War. So that's Spoils of War. Plays around 30 minutes with 4 players, and more players doesn't really increase that too much. It plays to 5 players, but if you combine 2 boxes, you can play up to 10 players. So, rulebook, super easy, simple to understand. I had no questions after reading the rules. Components are high quality. The cards are high quality. The screens are cool, but they're easy to knock over. And if you didn't hide your dice and that happens, then the whole round can kind of get thrown off. I just keep my cup over top of my dice to prevent this. The intention of the screen is probably primarily from hiding how much money you have from everyone. The game has been a smash hit with our game group, and it's the perfect game to start out our night. There is excitement in this game. The same kind of excitement you can get from a poker game. There's a really good feeling to winning a hand and betting the most money. There's a lot of excitement when you go to challenge and you win. You can bask in the other side's upset, especially when they had a lot riding on the round. It's fun when you get challenged and you win the round. I really like the rules for getting first pick of the spoils. You have to make the right call and bet the most money. The set collection is integrated perfectly, and the addition of the artifacts is the perfect touch of chaos and excitement. The artifacts, face-down powers, are pretty cool. It can be an agonizing decision to choose between items to help your sets or get a great power from a face-down artifact card. There is also agonizing decisions sometimes on when to challenge and when to raise. You can't pass unless you have an artifact that lets you your turn. But you are either raising the dice amounts or you're challenging. So say you have 4 3s in your hand and you say like 6 3s on your turn, then it goes to 7 4s right before your turn. You can go 8 3s or you can challenge and it is great fun to see how it plays out. If you don't get any decent wins in the first half of the game, it's going to be very difficult to come back. Now, a win is possible, but if you can't dominate all 3 of the last 3 rounds, you don't have a chance. And typically, if you're really far behind, then you're going to stay behind. I'm okay with that because the game is fast, and even if you don't have any realistic chance for a win, it is still really fun to win a hand, especially a big one. Similar excitement to poker. So I recommend this game. It's light, it's fast, it's a blast, and it has dethroned Sheriff of Nottingham for me. We'll see what the expansion does to that one. Thanks for watching. I'm Jason Peacock, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.